A Halifax man has found a new way to raise awareness about inaccessibility in Halifax.
Brian George is climbing each of the city's steepest hills in his wheelchair, and he's hoping the city takes notice. Brett Ruskin has his story.
Halifax's steep hills can be an annoyance to some if you're walking on 2 feet, but nearly impossible to navigate if you're in a wheelchair. Well, Halifax resident Brian George wants to prove that it can be done. He's identified 12 of Halifax's toughest hills, the steepest, the longest, and he is rolling his wheelchair up each one of them. He's doing this to raise money and awareness, money for spina bifida research, the condition that he was born with, and awareness for people who need a wheelchair to get around, use a wheelchair to get around, because in many Canadian cities, not just hilly ones like Halifax, but they're ones where there isn't quite the infrastructure required to help those in wheelchairs just to navigate downtown streets. In fact, he says that while the hills are challenging, he faces challenges every single day.
I'd like to think I'm a pretty strong guy, but it is definitely difficult. It's more so about the buildings themselves, getting into them, getting into washrooms. It is an old city. I knew that from the get-go, but there are some areas I feel that could definitely be improved upon with very little construction.
And so with this latest hill tackled, he actually climbed this hill that I'm standing on at the base all the way up to the town clock there at the foot of Citadel Hill in Halifax. And that was the 5th of 12 climbs that he plans to do. He plans on wrapping up all of those climbs by the end of October, even challenging the mayor of Halifax to join him on a long distance wheelchair ride, either in a wheelchair himself or on 2 feet, to experience some of the challenges facing those who use wheelchairs. Brett Ruskin, CBC News, Halifax.
It would be difficult to get up those hills in a wheelchair.
Yeah, it looked pretty challenging.
Yeah, for sure. All right.